Day 34, 100-day meditation experience. Welcome, y'all. Glad to see you. So, day 34 of my 100-day meditation experience. I'm doing 2 hours of meditation a day and then scoping at some point throughout the process to say hello. Thank you. I appreciate that. To say hello and share insights or wisdom, awareness, whatever has come my way. And also just talk to you guys, answer any questions, comments, thoughts, all that jazz. Kind of build a community and little by little help wake ourselves up. Hey, what's up, Adam? And change the world how we can. So my name is Alan Brock of Ground Your Divinity, and right on, brother. You doing well? And I also am a life and wellness coach, which I'll talk about in a little while as well, and offer my email address if there's any way that I can help support you guys. So, what is coming up for me today? Something that I really, I guess, see in my own life and wanted to share to you guys is this idea of honoring ourselves and honoring our own boundaries. And there's a pendulum with this. That on one side of the pendulum is it's all about us, and it's all about I do what I want to do when I want to do it. I don't care about anybody else, whatever. And that comes from an egotistical side. There's the other side that is the approval seeking of other people, and the hey, what's up? Thank you for the hearts. Welcome, everybody. There's the approval seeking, attempting to get people to like us, so to speak, that we step over our own boundaries and do things and keep helping other people and helping other people. Cool. Yeah, I follow back all my legit followers. And so then we end up expending ourselves. What up, y'all? What up? We end up expending ourselves to the point where we have nothing left to give. Thank you. I really appreciate that. You're pretty damn good yourself. We all are. So the idea, or a few, I guess, perspectives that came to me with this is, all right, if you read the Bible at all, and I don't know what your religious beliefs are, I feel that there's value in all things. If you read the Bible, in the Bible it says, right on, love your neighbor as yourself, right? It didn't say love your neighbor instead of yourself. So be very, very conscious about that a lot of times people who have very open, caring hearts, and if you are at all, vibing with me on this, then I assume you do as well, we tend to overextend ourselves to the point where we're taking care of everybody else except for us. And that leads to energy depletion, that leads to resentment, that leads to bitterness, and after a while, we're like, to all the people, thank you, I appreciate that. I got that from my parents, actually. After a while, we have this subconscious thought inside our brain, like, you know what, I wish all you fuckers would just stop asking me to do stuff. Which on one level, okay, yeah, I totally get that. Remember that we have choice as well. And part of it, and part of the anger and the frustration, good to know. Right on. Yeah, I agree. Positive scope vibes, for sure. Remember that we have choice in the matter, and a lot of the anger and resentment and frustration we feel is, thank you very much, is directed actually at ourselves for not standing up for ourselves. We allow ourselves to be drawn out and to try and serve other people where we're not taking care of ourselves, and that causes us to be angry at who we are, and then we take that out on other people. So just being aware of that side. The analogy that I kind of came up with is, remember on when you're in an airplane, I mean, everybody, I'm assuming, has been on an airplane at some point, and they do the whole safety thing, and if the cabin pressure decreases, then, the masks drop and all the above, it says, put your mask on before you help those people around you, right? Now, it didn't say, put your mask on, and then eat a big meal, and then hang out, and then watch a TV program, and then laugh at the guy over next to you who can't breathe, and, whatever. It just said, put your mask on, and then help those around you. Oh, sure you can. one step at a time. We'll talk about some beginning meditation stuff here in just a little bit. But so look at both sides of the pendulum of that. There's one that says, I'm going to start putting on everybody else's mask around me before I take care of mine. Well, that doesn't work, right? Pretty soon, you're going to be putting masks on everybody else, and you're not going to be able to breathe, and you're going to die, and then all the other people you could have helped are now out of luck, right? The other side of it is I'm going to do everything for myself. I don't care about anybody else. I'm going to put my mask on and, like I said, eat a good meal and hang out and watch some TV and relax and chill and whatever. And then all these people are going without oxygen that you could be helping. So finding that balance between what honors ourself in a way that we can then replenish our energy, take care of ourselves to where we have the ability and the presence, the energy level, the love, and all of the above to then come out and serve other people. And as you begin to do that, find that. Okay. Good to know. I don't know what to do about that, but I appreciate you pointing that out, man. Maybe if I talk slower, it will catch up. I don't think it works that way, but so yeah. So just finding that balance between what honors ourself and where we are, and keeps our right on. Thanks. And keeps our own integrity with ourself, and then takes that and helps those people around us. I'm finding to be. Thank you very much. I'm finding that to be very critical if you step up into desiring to help and serve other people. And again, if you're connecting with me on this scope, then there is a piece of you inside also that desires to, hey, what's up, Dave? Desires to help other people and serve in some way as you can. So remember that. At least that would be my advice, is to remember that. So to the gentleman that talked about not even making day one, at least I assume gentleman, I guess. I didn't read the handle that closely, so it might have been a lady. I did, right on, brother, right on. Hey, I'll take it. I've talked in a number of different videos about different meditation techniques, and so I won't repeat too much here right now, but just very briefly, anybody and everybody can meditate. And don't even let it be a formal thing like I need to meditate now. It's just let yourself be where you are. Let yourself take a moment to let the outside world go. Close your eyes. Allow yourself to rest, but allow yourself to rest consciously. It's not rest like I'm going to go to sleep and I'm going to turn off my consciousness and tune everything out. It's actually the opposite. It's tuning everything in, especially in our inner world. So it's about taking a moment to allow ourselves to, like I said, rest. But yeah, the t-shirts are back. Yeah, I got my jammies. I got my Simpsons PJs here, and my white t-shirt. So I'm going to head to bed pretty soon after this. So opening up to your inner world, and some helpful ways of that, because as you open up to the inner world, a lot of thoughts surface, a lot of emotions surface. I really, really appreciate all the hearts, by the way. Thank you, and much love back to you as well. And anybody else that wants to jump in the mix, shameless plug. Tap, tap, tap. Thank you. So get grounded in your body first. Tapping, shaking, bouncing, standing up, light exercise, jogging, get your iPod on and just kind of groove and dance and whatever makes you happy, but for yourself, not for anybody else. And just connect and feel your body, feel the muscles, feel the bones, feel the joints moving. And then that helps connect your mind and body, so when you sit down, it's much easier to be without your mind running around all over the place. And then as you do, just find a focal point. Just follow your breath, count your breaths, or feel your breathing. Usually something with the breath is very simple and easy to do at the beginning because it's always with you. You don't need any extra special tools, techniques, and it's a great place to come back to. And over time, as your focus grows, you can do other things as well. But that's a great beginner, some tips. And start with 5 minutes. Just because people have this idea, like, yeah, absolutely it can. There are definitely thoughts of astral projection, leaving the body, different things like that. I know that I've had experiences where I've kind of been this observer that's like back here and like watching myself from a third party perspective, and I went like a day and a half where I was outside myself and kind of watching as I did my thing. At first, though, it helps to keep ourselves grounded in our body as our skills and our lower chakras open before we start to open the upper stuff. So I find that really helpful as I start getting lost in other areas to like squeeze the muscles of my pelvic floor and hold those for a moment and just let it bring my mind immediately back in my body by holding those muscles and focusing on it, and then release, and I can go back to feeling my breath, and it keeps me grounded. Anybody out there that is like, oh man, I couldn't meditate, or that would be too hard for me, or whatever, or maybe you've tried once or twice and you had a bunch of thoughts and you feel like you couldn't sit still and you said screw it and I gave up. So if you're in the I couldn't try, or I couldn't do that kind of area, remember, and I got this actually from Kyle Cease, I'm a huge fan of. Just because you haven't done it in the past doesn't mean you couldn't do it. We tend to say that a lot of times with a lot of things in life. We'll say, oh, I could never do that. No, that just means you haven't done it yet. But most of the time when we say that, we honestly haven't tried, have we? You never know what you can do till you try. So step out there, see what happens. There's going to be some kinks to work out along the way. That's just the way that life goes if you want to do anything of any value. But I highly recommend that you just step out and try. Or if you've done it for a few minutes and your mind was all over the place and thoughts were going everywhere and like I'm doing it wrong and whatever. One, the grounding stuff helps. Coming back in your body, tapping, shaking, bouncing, dancing. That really helps the thoughts to release a little bit and to be able to sit and be more easily. No, you gave plenty, and I am super grateful. I think you followed me already, but if not, if you would follow me and then I could follow you back and you can catch me in the future. And much love. Have a blessed rest of the day or evening or right on. Or wherever you are, whatever time it is, do your thing. You're welcome. Yeah, if you have thoughts and whatnot coming up, if your thoughts are distracting you, like I said, come back in your body. The grounding stuff helps. Also recognize that it's okay to have thoughts. It's okay to have emotions. A lot of people think meditation is about not having that stuff. It's okay. It's all part of the experience. And over time, as you sit and be, this spaciousness grows around the thoughts, around the emotions. It helps it easier to release and see them for the illusion that they are. But at first, that's okay. You have what you have. There's nothing wrong with that. Just continue to sit and breathe and be and let it unfold itself for you. But I would recommend that you not stay stuck in your story that, I couldn't do this, or I tried once and that didn't work. Try again. You'd be amazed if you stick with it what the benefits will be. And join me. Let's start a community doing this. I'm doing it. I'm on day 34. Make this your day 1 and join in and see what happens. So something else that I wanted to talk about is this idea of living on passion, living on purpose, connecting with our soul and putting ourselves out in the world. I have been through all kinds of routes. I've done the lazy thing where the most productive day I had was like if I got to check the mail and I did a load of laundry. it's like, oh crap, that was a full day. You know, I got to sit back on my couch and smoke another bowl, and I don't know if I can handle this much excitement. I've definitely been through those times. And then I've been through my times where, you know, more recently, thanks, um, where like I'm getting, you know, 3, 4 hours of sleep a night, and I am constantly, you know, I'm working on running one business, I'm growing another business, you know, teaching yoga class sometimes, got different trainings in the meditation and the scoping and the different things that I'm doing, and just a bunch of different things, you know, or like a year ago, I do some private tutoring as well, and a kid came in asking me for Calc 3 help. That I took Calc 3 in college, but I hadn't taken it forever, so I basically would stay up every night teaching myself Calculus 3 so that then I could be ready for him the next day to tutor him in whatever he needed. And so I was doing, you know, the low sleep thing. And so I've been through both sides. I've also been through the area where I'm doing something just to make money. Like the Calc 3 thing was nice, and I got some good money from that, and I helped him, and all that was beautiful, but it wasn't my passion. It didn't make my soul smile. You know what I mean? This stuff, getting to talk to you guys, connect with you, talk to my coaching clients, and really help people live the best life that they can live, that means something to me. That makes my soul happy inside. And I've noticed such a huge difference in my life, in my level of joy, and in my ability to handle the ups and downs, and to handle, you know, challenges, to handle days of low sleep and all the other things that come sometimes when you're really trying to create something that means something to you, because I do care about what I'm doing. And so I would offer that to you guys. Thank you. Thank you very much. I would offer that to you guys, that you find something that makes your soul smile, that you get up and you're like, yeah, I'm loving this, I'm making a difference, I'm helping myself, I'm growing, I'm helping somebody else, and it's like, you know, it just makes you feel good. So some tips on how to find that, how to, you know, figure out what the hell is my life purpose, what can I do in this world. A few different ways of looking at it. One is I got a picture from a friend of mine. His name was Dean Scroggins, and he sent me a JPEG or a GIF once that had 4 circles on it. And those, if you guys remember a Venn diagram from like high school math class, like high school math, yeah. But anyway, where they had the circles and they would kind of come together, and there was like, okay, you know, these people ate pizza and these people ate hamburgers, and in the middle, these people ate pizza and hamburgers, you know, one of those kind of problems. So if you have there was 4 circles, and I'll tell you what was in the circles here momentarily, but where they intersected was your life purpose, and the 4 circles were questions. There's 4 questions. Number 1, what are you good at? Number 2, what do you love? What can you make money at? And what does the world need? And if you can reflect on those 4 questions, right? What are you good at? What do you love? What can you make money at? And what does the world need? So I would highly recommend take some time, get in your place, be reflective in a nice, relaxed, brainstorming, mind-flowing kind of mode, and just start journaling on some of that stuff. Just, what am I good at? Just let your brain go. And what are all the things that I'm really, really good at? What are my skills? And then what do I love to do? Just what would I do for free? If money wasn't even an issue and I could just do whatever I wanted to, what would I do? All the things you love. List all the things. I would, even just building the habit at first is great. So even 5 minutes. If you can build to 15, 20, and I've noticed in my own experience, once I hit like the 45-minute mark, things really begin to open up. But at first, it's about building the habit. So if 5 minutes is what you have every day to devote to it, then that's perfect. And then just let it unfold from there would be my recommendation. So what you are good at, what you love, what you can make money at, and what the world needs. You're very, very welcome. If you have any other thoughts or questions too, feel free to type them in. and start journaling on that stuff and find where they intersect. What common themes start to come up? As how can you tie all these things together? And as you do, you'll begin a really good sense of what your life purpose is and what something you could do that will help you to serve yourself and humankind and make some good money in the meantime. Another way of viewing it, and these are all just tips that I've come across in my path. Take whichever ones work for you, let go of the rest. But I heard this from actually a gentleman who was my own life coach for quite a while. We just finished a one-year thing like a week or so ago. Noah Hammond Terrell. And I've heard this other places too. Find what you would do for free and find a way to make money at it. For example, the guy that listens to others and offers advice and helps where he can. And I was that guy. I like listening to my friends' problems and saying, oh, hey, have you thought about this? Or have you thought about that? Or just being a confidant, a listening ear, somebody that's compassionate and right on. And just likes to connect, offer encouragement, support, and love where I can. And I would just do that for free with whoever was around. I mean, the Hertz rental car guy that's picking me up and, taking me from my house because I don't have a car right now because it's in the shop, and taking me back to Hertz to pick up a rental car. We just start talking. And there's something inside of me, and I know some of you guys are like this too, where people just kind of feel safe talking to you and they start unloading. And so he was telling me about issues with his girlfriend and this and that and whatever. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? I mean, hey, honor yourself, honor her too. We got into it. The specifics aren't important, but the idea is that's something I love to do for free. And so then it's just a matter of putting myself out there and promoting it, creating a business around it, and finding a way to make money at it. So I would offer that you look at the things you really enjoy doing for free and find a way to make money at it. And I also, by the way, if you would like further help in that, I'll give you my email address here in just a little bit, and you can contact me, and we can go back and forth or set up a free session if you want to for like an hour and a half, and just go deep into you and where you are and how you can be the best you that you can be. I'm certainly happy to do that. Okay, a third method, and then pretty soon I think I'm going to cut it for the evening, is looking at what's called your life PhD. And this is something I got from my life coach, Noah Hammond Terrell, again, and he got from some of his mentors as well. Your life PhD is your school of hard knocks diploma, so to speak. Through your own research. It's not about, if you learn stuff in school, that's great, but we're talking the outside stuff. What did you learn on your own, either because you cared about something, you had a passion, you had an interest in it, so you went out on your own to go learn a certain skill, learn some certain information, practice something, whatever. Or you went out and you, just by the school of hard knocks and the way life goes, you just gain certain wisdom in certain areas, whether it's how to handle people, whether it's how to handle yourself, whether it's how to exercise well, whether, whatever it is that you do, how to give advice well, how to meditate well. Whatever your life experience has led you to particular areas, that's your life PhD. Some questions that can kind of help find that, especially the School of Hard Knocks area. If you reflect on some major turning points in your life, some major situations, and you ask yourself, what happened? How did I feel about it? What cravings did I have? And how did I grow from the experience? So, for example, as a kid, I was made fun of a lot. And so, okay, what happened? I was made fun of a lot, and I'm not unique in that. Everybody gets stepped on at one point or another in their life. But just this happened part of my experience. Okay, so what happened? I was made fun of a lot. Okay? How did I feel about that? I felt hurt. I felt angry. I felt pissed off. I felt low self-worth. All of the above, okay? What were my cravings? I craved acceptance. I craved love. I craved peace. I craved people to just, like me. And then how did I grow from the experience? I grew because I developed my own best friend inside. It allowed me to release need for, having other people to view me a particular way. It allowed me to stand stronger in my own strength and say, you know what, I love you guys, but I don't need your opinions of, I don't need a quality opinion of me from you anymore. I know who I am and myself. And because they didn't give me that, I got the opportunity to grow stronger in who I am, and many other benefits as well. But so doing that kind of thing, what happened? How did I feel about it? What were my cravings? And how did I grow from the experience? Do that for like 3 childhood things, 3 adult things. And you begin to notice common themes in that. And, there's maybe a common theme of some desire for acceptance that flows within you, or some common theme of something you grew in was really standing your own strength, or whatever it is that you find for yourself. These are the people that you resonate with. This is your tribe, so to speak. The people that you have been uniquely crafted through your life experience to serve and to help. And once you get an idea of what your tribe is, you can begin putting yourself out there to help those people. And you're looking for those that are just a couple steps behind you are. You've got some path of development with your life PhD, with your growth and how you've awakened through your experiences. And if you can find those people that are in the same place you were a couple years ago, that you have, walked this path arduously and been through ups and downs and good, bads and rights and wrongs and had all your different painful experiences and grown from it, and you can go back to that person who's like a couple years ago version of you and save them time and anguish and frustration to help them get to where you are now, they will happily trade you money for it. And so that is another great way to, and again, it's not just about getting the money. It's a fact of life that right now it takes money to buy food and to live in a house and to have a car and to do the different things that we do. So it's not about the money, it's about the service. But the money does come as we step ourselves out there in service. And so finding, like I said, what your life PhD is, or go back to the other methods, what you would do for free that you can find a way to make money at, or the what am I good at, what do I love, what does the world need, what can I make money at, find those intersections. Bring all these things together and find those people that are a few steps behind where you are right now. And promote yourself to them, talk to them, connect with them, ask them what they need, ask them what they want, and give it to them. And then monetize it as well. But remember, it always is about service. In fact, a lot of people make goals to say, I choose to make $100,000 this year, or $200,000, or whatever it is. Or if you're at the point where it's like, I choose to make $30,000 this year. I don't have any technical certifications. Well, I guess I have one through my yoga studio. It's not a real high-level certification. General programs can go anywhere from 6 months to multiple years, as far as I know. Mine is primarily School of Hard Knocks and just a lot of life experience and passion. So that's the best I got right there. But if you're looking for official certifications, you can go to IPEC Coaching. You can go to Coach U. Tony Robbins has a program that I have not walked through it, but the little bits that I've seen, it appears to be very high quality. And like I said, they're usually a few $1,000s a piece, but very worth it, and 6 months to a couple years, depending on what the program is. Thank you. So, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. So now the idea of I want to make $100,000, $200,000, or if you're at the point, I want to make $30,000, that's fine. But rather than focus on the money and say, I want to make this much, an easy way to shift it that reminds us that it's about contributing to the world is, I choose to give enough value to the world that I generate $30,000, $100,000, $200,000, whatever it is. I choose to give enough value to the world that I generate XYZ. So we're setting the intention to the universe that we desire to create this particular amount of money, but it's reminding our brain and our heart that it's about serving and giving back to the world to create it, and keeps us with the right mindset. Otherwise, it's very easy to get lost in ego, and then we when you're in a service type thing of any real high value, as soon as you get lost in ego, you begin to not serve, even if you're giving all the right words and the right advice. Energetically, it comes from a funky place and ends up doing, not nearly as much good. So, I hope that helps. That was a massive information download today, but some things for y'all to kind of take and play with on your own. Again, my name is Alan Brock, Ground Your Divinity. I do life and wellness coaching. I'm working on building a website that's in its very intermediate stages. I've just been focused more on the coaching and the building clients and giving presentations and things, and the website's kind of taken a back seat. But that will come here soon enough. But in the meantime, feel free to connect with me through my email address, Alan, ALAN, _D for Dwayne, _Brock, BROCK, then the number 1 at msn.com. So Alan _D _Brock 1 at msn.com. I understand. I'll tell you what, I'll comment on that here momentarily. And so connect with me, and I offer free hour and a half sessions just to connect. I call them clarity sessions, and the idea is for you and I to get together, whether it's in person if you're in the Houston area, or phone or Skype, and just really delve deeply into where you are, where you want to be, what's in your way, and what practical things and action steps you can begin taking to release all the crap that's in your way and create the life that you desire to create. And an hour and a half for free of my time just to help you in that area. And if that vaults you to a new level, awesome. If from that conversation we then also choose to go into some kind of coaching relationship beyond that, great. Then we can create a win-win for both of us and move forward. But that's something we kind of decide, discuss the logistics, if it flows, when we're talking about the other stuff. So please, anybody on now, anybody that watches this replay in the future, please connect with me and let me see how I can help you and let you be the best you that you can be. And temper issues. Yes, I understand. I got my own repressed anger stuff as well. As we meditate, as we sit and breathe and practice being, it creates a spaciousness around our perceptions, around our emotions. Most temper stuff, in my experience, comes because we're on edge and we're already kind of fried, and then somebody comes to us with something that's like the straw that breaks the camel's back, and we're like, you know what, and the smallest thing sometimes even can hit us, and we are just off, and we lose it without even realizing what's going on. And so the more we, in our own space, and then letting that unfold into life, can take the time to just let everything release. In fact, meditation, Kyle C. said that meditation is like a shower for the mind. It's time to clean out all that internal gunk. It's time to, if we are already on edge and we know that about ourselves, then taking that time to just, but not from like, I'm going to sit down and watch TV and, watch YouTube, and there's a little bit of relaxation and release in that, but it's still, piece of us is still chunking. A true brain relaxation is letting go of all the other stuff that we got going on and stop putting input in and just and that creates that spaciousness. It also helps us to step out of reaction mode and into response mode, where instead of things coming in and we immediately react, they come in, we notice, we're aware, and then we can choose what to do about them actively and then respond, and it's usually from a much more harmonious, peaceful place than our typical just reaction mode. And all of that comes quite effortlessly and just begins to awaken on its own over time as we just practice meditation. So if you weren't here earlier, just do something to get grounded in your body is my recommendation. Kind of tap your body. You're very, very welcome. Yeah, please feel free to follow me, and if you haven't already, and I'll be back for another 60 some odd days and probably beyond, offering different help and tips. And I'd love for you to say, hey, I started this practice and here's what I'm experiencing. And we can kind of work through issues that you have together or whatever's coming up. I would love to do that for everybody out there watching. So get grounded in your body, tap, bounce, shake, listen to some music and just kind of groove or whatever works, but connect with the muscles, the bones, the ligaments, the joints. Connect with your body. Helps to release the running around of the mind. And then sit and just practice, focusing on your breath. Either count breaths or just feel your breathing. Even just 5 minutes a day. And if that grows to 10, 15, 20, 30, whatever. Like I said, right now I'm doing 2 hours a day for this meditation challenge. And sometimes I do it in chunks. Sometimes I do one big 2-hour thing. Once I did the one big 2-hour thing, but I've also done a bunch of like 1 hour, 1 hours. So however it flows, but as you begin experiencing this, it will become something. It just begins to radically shift your life, and will be something that I feel will just automatically be like, wow, I choose to do this. I just feel so good when I do. So, on that note, with love and gratitude, I'm going to end my scope for the evening. Again, please connect with me, Alan_D_Brock1 at msn.com. Let me know how I can serve. Follow me, and I will follow all my legit followers. I follow back, and then let's just build a community. And I would offer that you practice and come share what's going on with you, and let's grow together. So be blessed. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.